Hi everyone, welcome to Real Numbers Part 3. So in Part 1, we learned about Euclid's division lemma. In Part 2, we learned about Euclid's division algorithm, and also we learned how to find the HCF of two positive integers using Euclid's division algorithm. Now in Part 3, we are going to discuss about how to find the HCF of fractions. HCF of fractions using Euclid's division algorithm. So our today's topic is HCF of fractions using Euclid's division algorithm. So before going to discuss about the HCF of fractions, to know it, how to do it, so we have to learn the properties of HCF, two important properties of HCF. What are the two important properties? I will explain with one example. Let us take the numbers 20 and 30. I will find the HCF of 20 and 30. So in the last part 2, I explained how to find the HCF of two positive integers. Okay, 20 and 30. So what we will do here? So first larger number we will divide it by the smaller number. So 21 is 20. So remainder is 10. If you don't get the remainder 0, then we will further proceed to step 2. That means we will apply the division algorithm to division lemma to the divisor and the remainder. So you write the divisor here and again. So you divide 20 by 10. 10 2 is 20. So the remainder is 0. So at this stage in step 2 remainder is 0. So in step 2 divisor will be the HCF. So HCF of 20, 30 is equal to 10. HCF of 20, 30 is equal to 10. Now what I will do, see here, I will multiply 20 by 2 and 30 by 2. So both the numbers I will multiply, I will multiply both the numbers by 2. What will get? 22 is 40. Then 32 is 60. So these are the two numbers. Now let us find the HCF of these two numbers 40 and 60. Then what will you get? If the HCF of 20, 30 is 10, then what is the HCF of 40, 60? Let us find 40, 60. Find the HCF of 40, 60. Larger number 60 divided by 40. 41 is 40. So remainder is 20. So remainder is not 0. So again you do the division. Write 40 here and do the division. 22 is 40. So remainder is 0. So in step 2 remainder is 0. So this will be the HCF. So this will be the HCF. So what is the HCF of 40, 60? 20. What is the HCF of 40, 60? 20. So from this what do you observe? If the given two numbers are multiplied by 2 and if you find the HCF, here previously HCF of 20, 30 is 10, then HCF of 40, 60 is equal to 20, which is 2 times of 10. So if two numbers 20 and 30 are multiplied by 2, then the HCF of the two numbers should be, it will be 20, which is 2 times of 10. So that means we can clearly observe that. So here what is the change that occurs in the observation? Here same change occurred in the HCF also. When the observations are multiplied by 2, the HCF also should be multiplied by 2. So from this I can write one equation. What is that equation? So HCF of, suppose these two numbers a comma b. Suppose if HCF of a comma b is some x, then what will happen? HCF of 2a comma 2b. If the observations both are multiplied by 2, then the HCF also will be doubled. If HCF of a comma b is equal to x, then HCF of 2a comma 2b is equal to 2x. So from this equation we can also write like this: HCF of 2a comma 2b is equal to x. Okay, if HCF of 2a comma 2, this is 2a because 2 into 20. 20 if you assume it as a, this will be 2a. So this is 2 into 30. If you assume 30 as b, 2 into b. So this is 2a and 2b. HCF of 2a comma 2b is equal to then x. Then what is the HCF of a comma b? So it will be x by 2. 20 by 2 is equal to 10. Okay. So HCF of 2a comma 2b is equal to x. Then HCF of a comma b is equal to, it will be equal to x by 2. So this is the important property. So I hope you understand. Not only in multiplication, so it will be true in the division also. So here you see HCF of 20, 30 is equal to 10 now. Now what I will do, let us take the numbers. Now divide this number by 2. Let us divide this number by 2. 20 divided by 2, what we will get? 10. Let us divide 30 by 2. What we will get? 30 divided by 2 is equal to 50. Let us find the HCF of these two numbers. What you are going to get? What is the HCF of 10, 15? We got the HCF of 20 and 30 is 10. Then what is the HCF of 10 and 15 when these two observations are when these observations are divided by 2. So I hope so we'll get 10 by 2 is the HCF. That means we should get 5. Let us check whether we'll get or not. So find the HCF of 10, 15. So divide the larger number 15 by the smaller number 10. 10 ones are 10. So 5 is the remainder. Then you write the 10 here and divide. So 5 twos are 10. So 0 is the remainder. We got the remainder 0 means divisor is the HCF. So HCF is equal to 5. So clearly you can observe if the observations are divided by 2 here, the HCF should also be divided by 2. 10 by 2 is equal to 5. Okay, if the observations become half, the HCF also becomes half. From this equation we can write HCF of A comma B, if it is X, then HCF of A by 2 comma B by 2 is equal to X by 2. Or we can write HCF of A by 2 comma B by 2, if it is X, if HCF of A by 2 comma B by 2 is equal to X, then what will become? HCF of A comma B is equal to 2X. If HCF of A by 2 comma B by 2 is equal to X, then HCF of A comma B will become 2X. Here you see, this is what 10 and 15, this is A by 2. Okay, and this is B by 2. So this 20 is equal to A. So then 10 is equal to A by 2. If 30 is equal to B, then 15 is equal to B by 2. If the HCF of A by 2 comma B by 2, let it be X. Let it be X. Then what is the HCF of A comma B? What is the HCF of A comma B? 5 into 2 is equal to 10. That means X should be multiplied by 2. So HCF of A comma B is equal to 2X. So I hope you understand. So in the division also. So these are the two important properties of HCF. So in overall we can write like this. So if the HCF of MA comma MB. So if A comma B are any two positive integers, HCF of, if these two positive integers are multiplied by M, then their HCF, if it is X, then HCF of given positive integers A comma B. Here we multiplied now, so here we should divide the HCF by M. In similar way, suppose if the HCF of A by M comma B by M, here two positive integers we divided by M. If the HCF is X, then what is the HCF of the original numbers A comma B? Here we divided now, so with this M we should multiply M into X. So these two properties, okay, are any one of the properties used to find the HCF of fractions. These are helpful in finding the HCF of fractions, because directly we cannot apply Euclid's division algorithm to HCF of fractions, because already I said Euclid's division lemma can be applied to only positive integers. Only positive integers. So you see, let us find the HCF of the fractions 2 by 5 and 3 by 4. So I already said that Euclid's division algorithm can be applied to only to the positive integers. But these are not the integers, these are the fractions or rational numbers. Even though they are fractions or rational numbers, I will find the HCF by converting them into positive integers. So how do we do? Let us understand. So let us suppose that A is equal to 2 by 5 here. Let us suppose that the fraction 2 by 5 is equal to A and the fraction B is equal to 3 by 4. So since A and B are not positive integers, these are the fractions, we cannot apply Euclid's division algorithm directly. So what I will do, I will find the LCM of the denominators. So here in the first step, let us find the LCM of the denominators. So what is the LCM of 5 comma 4? So LCM of 5 comma 4. So these two numbers 5 comma 4 are not divisible by any number. So the product will be the LCM. 5 4 is 20. The LCM of 5 comma 4 is equal to 20. So now what I will do, with this LCM I will multiply the numbers. So here I will multiply A by 20. 20A I will do. So 20 into 2 by 5. What we will get? 5 1 ja, 5 4 ja. Then 4 2 ja, 8 we will get. So similarly the second number B also I will multiply by 20. Then what we will get? 20 into B. B is equal to 3 by 4. So here 4 is in the denominator, 20 is in the numerator, we can cancel 4 1 ja, 4 5 ja. So 5 3 ja 15. These numbers will get. So whereas these are integers, these are the positive integers. So these are integers, these are belongs to Z, 8 comma 15. Directly we cannot apply the Euclid's division algorithm to 2 by 5 and 3 by 4. That is, we cannot take the Euclid's division algorithm to A and B. But here 20A is equal to 8, 20B is equal to 15. We can apply the Euclid's division algorithm to 8 and 15. So let us apply Euclid's division algorithm, Euclid's lemma to 8 and 15 and find the HCF. So let us try to find the HCF of 8 comma 15. Let us find the HCF of 8 comma 15. So to find the HCF, how do we find the HCF of 8 comma 15? Already in part 2 we understood. So we have to apply Euclid's division algorithm by Euclid's division algorithm. By Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, by Euclid's division algorithm. So these two numbers, in these two numbers the larger number is 15 and the smaller number is 8. So we divide the larger number by the smaller number. Okay, what is the Euclid's division algorithm? So dividend A is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, where 0 less than or equal to remainder is less than divisor. Okay, so for the numbers 8 and 15, I will apply Euclid's division lemma. That is, I will divide the larger number by the smaller number. 15 by 8. 8 1 is 8, 8 2 is 16, won't come, so 8 1 is 8. Let us subtract what we will get. 7 is the remainder. We did not get the remainder, 0. Okay, leave it and express this division in the form of equation. What we will get? 15. 15 is equal to divisor into quotient. That means 8 into 1 plus remainder 7. Here the remainder is not 0. So we should go for step 2. So again we have to apply Euclid's division lemma for the divisor and quotient obtained in step 1. So in step 1 divisor is 8 and quotient is 7. So now we will apply the division lemma again for the numbers 8 and 7. So we will take the larger number 8 and we will divide by the smaller number. So let us find the quotient. 7 1 is 7, 1 will be the remainder. So let us express this division also in the form of equation. Dividend 8 is equal to divisor 7 into quotient 1 plus remainder 1. So here also the remainder is not equal to 0. So here also the remainder is not equal to 0. Again we have to go for step 3. So in step 3 again we have to apply Euclid's division lemma to the numbers, to the divisor and remainder obtained in step 1. Step 2. So in step 2 what is the divisor and remainder? 7 and 1. So now we will apply the division lemma again for 7 and 1. So we'll take the larger number 7 and divide it by 1. 1 7 is 7. So remainder is 0. Remainder is 0. Let us express this in the form of equation. In the form of division lemma, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So what is the divisor? What is the dividend? Dividend is equal to 7 and divisor is equal to 1 into quotient is equal to 7 plus remainder is what? 0. Finally we got the remainder 0. If you get the remainder 0, here we have to stop. If the remainder is 0 at this step, what is the divisor? That will be the HCF. So 1 is the HCF. That is HCF of the numbers 8 comma 15 is equal to 1. The HCF of the numbers 8 comma 15 is equal to 1. Okay, here I must tell you one thing. If the HCF of any two numbers is equal to 1, the two numbers are called co-primes. If the HCF of any two numbers is equal to 1, the two numbers are called co-primes. So co-primes means you don't understand that these are the prime numbers. Here you observe 8 is not a prime number, 15 is not a prime number. Even though these are not prime numbers, they are called co-primes. So co-primes means their HCF should be 1. HCF means, so if two numbers does not divisible by any other number except 1, then that two numbers are called co-primes. So in co-primes, the two numbers may be the prime numbers and may not be the prime numbers, and one number may be the prime. So there is no restriction that the two numbers are prime or one number is prime or the two numbers are not primes. So the numbers may be any, but they should have no common factor other than 1. This is the definition of co-primes. Okay, let it be. HCF of 8 comma 15 is equal to 1. But actually we have to find the HCF of what? 2 by 5 and 3 by 4. So they did not ask you to find the HCF of 8 comma 15. We have to find the HCF of 2 by 5 comma 3 by 4. That is, we have to find the HCF of A comma B here. Here what is 8? 8 is nothing but 20A here. and what is 15 here? It is 20b. That is, we got HCF of 20a, 20b here. So HCF of 20a, 20b is equal to 1. If HCF of 20a, 20b is equal to 1, then what is the HCF of a, b as I said previously? Okay, if HCF of 20a, 20b is equal to 1, then the HCF of a, b is equal to 1 by 20. That is HCF of a, b 2 by 5 and 3 by 4 is equal to 1 by 20. Okay, this is the HCF, or you can also express it in the decimal. So if you divide 1 by 20, what will get? So it won't go, so keep the point, then 10 will come. Now also 10 is not divisible by 20, keep 0 here, one more 0 here, 25 is 100, 25 is 100. So that what will get? 0.05. 0.05. So the HCF of 2 by 5, 3 by 4 is equal to 1 by 20 or 0.04. So like this 0.5. Like this we have to find the HCF of given numbers. I hope you understand how to find the HCF of given numbers. Thank you very much.